honey.
Hey guys, Tatiana Ward here with BeatFaceHoney.com, and thank you so much for joining me. So unless you've been living under a rock, you know that I am obsessed with the singer Brandy, Brandy Norwood. And also, unless you've been living under a rock, you know that I had the awesome opportunity of meeting her a couple weeks ago. So when she came out a couple days ago with her newest video for Wildest Dreams, it was my perfect opportunity to rant and rave about that time that I met Brandy. So yeah, this is the makeup look from her video, but I just wanted to really briefly tell you about the experience and how it came to be that I met Brandy. A mutual friend of mine named Janelle, she's like this awesome girl that I used to work with, saw that Brandy and I had tweeted each other. Well, Brandy had tweeted me, and we had this correspondence back and forth on Twitter like a month ago. And she commented me on one of my pictures on Instagram and was like, yo, I think I have a Brandy connect if you would be interested in possibly meeting her. I know she's coming to Philly, where I'm from, in a couple weeks. So she hooked me up with this really awesome guy who, you know, like normally when people say they're going to do something, you never really know if they're going to do it or like if they're going to want something from you. You know what I'm saying? So I was totally pleasantly surprised to find out that this guy was a total gentleman, just like really genuinely nice guy who our mutual friend said that I was cool and he trusted that I was. It turns out that he's really good friends with Brandy's boyfriend, who is from Philadelphia, and Brandy frequents here because her dude is from Philly. She was doing an event at a club in Philly called Voyeur, and I actually got to go to the club as part of their little entourage. And while inside the club, I'm freaking out because people are like, when I say that I love Brandy, it's like I spent the better part of my life being a vocalist. So as a singer, if you don't love Brandy, then you must not really know anything about singing. She's one of the best voices that our generation has. And my first love is music, and I totally admire her. Again, I've said this before, I stood out in the freezing cold when her Full Moon album came out. I think I was 18 years old to meet her and to get her to sign the album. I am just a total fan. So it was the greatest, most unbelievable shock in the world when she approached me and said, "You're the makeup girl. I follow you on Twitter." If you can only imagine your idol coming up to you and knowing you, like, needless to say, I had to choke back tears, like, and not play myself and be like, because that's what I wanted to do. But she just was like so sweet. She's like, "I can't believe you're here." And meanwhile, there's all of these people standing around who are waiting to get pictures with her and vying for her attention. And she's standing here talking to me about how she follows me on Twitter. And I'm just like dying. So then I said to her, like, "Oh, please go tend to these people who are here to see you. We'll have an opportunity to talk." And it was amazing to see her in like this huge crowd of people who all love her just as much as I do. And then she came back upstairs after going on stage and just greeting, her fans. And she just came down, sat right next to me. Like, we chit-chatted about makeup and hair and music and, like, just really what a down-to-earth, cool, chill, deserving woman. Like, so she promised that she would let me do her makeup the next time she was in Philadelphia. And I said, "I don't have to tell you that almost doesn't count, right?" And she laughed and she was like, "I promise." Cross your fingers. I hope that she meant it. And I was like, "Girl, I'll work for free." And I meant that. I will work for free. She was like, "You said that on Twitter. I would never let you work for free." And I'm thinking, you don't even know, girl, how much I would appreciate, like, oh my God, it would be an honor, like, for real. So yeah, that is how I met Brandy, and I totally have you guys to thank because she would have never even known who I was had it not been for me making the makeup video for Put It Down, and you guys retweeted it enough to where she got the opportunity to see it. and I have you to thank. This is not the first time that you guys have gotten me recognition that I just can't even believe that I'm receiving, but genuinely, I thank you so much, and I'm so happy to have you in my life and helping me get to where I'm trying to go. So yeah, thank you. I love you. If you like this makeup look, it's a gray-ish kind of look. If you haven't seen the Wildest Dreams video, you have to go check it out. All I gotta say is Iron Maiden, legs, and hair. Oh, it's everything. So yeah, stay tuned for this makeup look, and thanks again. Okay guys, we're going to start this look the same way we always do, using a primer for the eyelid. This one is from MAC, and the color is called Soft Ocher. And what a primer does is it helps keep your eyeshadows from creasing, and also allows your colors to be a little bit more pigmented. I'm rubbing that in with my finger. And working out of my Urban Decay Naked palette. This is the first Naked palette, not the second one, the original. I'm going to take one of my favorite colors from Urban Decay, this reddish brown. It's called Buck. I'm going to take this very domed, fluffy brush. This is from Sigma Cosmetics. And I'm just going to put that buck right in the crease of the eye. It's going to be barely detectable, but I'm not working it up into the brow. I'm just keeping it right at that crease. And I want to take this color. It's called Creep. Almost a black, but not really, like a very, very deep blue-gray. Moving my brush down slightly and overlapping with our buck, I'm moving back and forth, and I'm using that same Sigma brush. And I absolutely love the color on the lid. This is called Gunmetal, a silvery blue-gray. Okay, and to put that Gunmetal on, I'm going to use my Sigma E55, just a flat brush. And I'm putting that, isn't that pretty? Oh, I love it. Just working that all over my lid, kind of working it up into the crease where we put that darker color down. It's got a really pretty shine to it. I'm also going to take Creep, put some of that on my finger, and just put it right on the edge, outer edge of the eye, just to intensify the look a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to take this product. This is a drugstore brand called Milani. It is just a black eyeliner. I didn't want to use my normal eyeliner, which is usually Wet n Wild's gel liner. I usually like a very pronounced line on the lid, but it seems as though Brandy doesn't have a very dark line. It's just kind of a smoked out, darker line. If that makes any sense. It's not really very defined. Okay, so you see that we've got that line on there. Again, it's not very pronounced. It's not very dark. I want to make sure that we lighten it up even more so and make sure that it really doesn't look like a line just by running a brush over it and kind of blending it in. And there you go. So it really doesn't look like a line anymore. Okay, I want to take a wet wipe, clean up under the eye, make sure that any of our fallout is gone. And I'm going to use my finger to put on my MAC Studio Finish Concealer. This is a very thick, full coverage concealer for people like me with dark circles. Just putting that on with my finger and working it down onto the upper part of my cheek. Bag a lady, you go hurt your back. Dragging all them bags like that. Okay, I'm going to take my Sigma Cosmetics pencil brush. I'm dipping it into our gray Gunmetal, and I'm running that along the lower lash line. And now I'm going to take that darker blackish color, Creep, and I'm running that just right on the second half of the eye to intensify it and fade it into the darker that we have right up here. Now I want to put some of our eyeliner right in the waterline. I've stacked 2 eyelashes on top of each other for the eyelash look that I have here. I was looking at it, and I think that Ardell Wispies may be a comparable lash. That's not what I used. What I used doesn't have a brand. It only has a number. Like, they're called 43s. The number is 43s, and then there's 202s, and then there's 61s, and then there's 117s. These are 43s, but I think Ardell Wispies are comparable. So if you want to stack 2 pairs on top of each other just to make them look more full, you could do that. Could you? I guess nobody ever told you how you could hold on to. Okay, so that pretty much completes the eye look, minus the bags under my eyes. I really like it. I think it's very pretty. And I'm going to take Deep Dark. This is a setting powder from, it's a mineralized powder from MAC that I like to use as a contour. Using my Sigma F40 contouring brush, I'm putting that in the hollow of my cheek. You can also put some right there in your hairline. And Brandy's cheeks were slightly rosy and pink, so I'm going to take this, my Eve Pearl Trio that I love, and I'm putting some of that middle color right on the ball of my cheek. All right, and for the lips, I'm going to take NYX's Miami Babe. I love this color, and it's like a perfect dead-on ringer for Brandy's lipstick or lip gloss that she wore in the video. Okay, guys, so there you have it. That's your completed look. I'll get in close so that you could take a look at the eyeshadow. Kind of matches my backdrop, I think. I think it's easy enough and something very pretty that could be worn for evening. You guys know I don't believe in evening makeup or daytime makeup or work makeup or whatever. I think as long as your application is nice, then you can wear pretty much anything anywhere. That's just the way I roll. But I really hope you guys enjoyed the look. If you need to see a detailed list of all of the products that I just used, you can look in the information box down below. Also, there's a link to where you can get all of the brushes that I mentioned from Sigma Cosmetics at discounted rates for 10% off if you click that link and use the code that I've included in this video. You'll get 10% off of your purchase. So yeah, I hope you're following me on Instagram and Twitter, Facebook. All of the social media places that you can find me are listed in the information box down below as well. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you right back here very soon. Thanks. Bye.